Farewell to Nova Scotia, you sea-bound coast with your mountains dark and dreary I'll be. When I'm far away o'er the grimy ocean tossed, will you ever hear a sigh or a word from me? I have 3 brothers, they are at rest, and their arms are folded upon their chests. But a poor simple sailor just like me must be tossed and driven in the dark blue sea. Farewell to Nova Scotia, you sea-bound coast with your mountains dark and dreary I'll be. When I'm far away o'er the grimy ocean tossed, will you ever hear a sigh or a word from me? And I grieve to leave my own true land, and I grieve to leave my comrades all, and my parents who I love so deep, and the bonny, bonny lassie that I do adore. Farewell to Nova Scotia, you sea-bound coast with your mountains dark and dreary I'll be. When I'm far away o'er the grimy ocean tossed, will you ever hear a sigh or a word from me? And the ship is on the harbor low, and I wish that I could remain, for I know it'll be a long, long time before I ever get to be with you again. Farewell to Nova Scotia, you sea-bound coast with your mountains dark and dreary I'll be. When I'm far away o'er the grimy ocean tossed, will you ever hear a sigh or a word from me? Farewell to Nova Scotia, you sea-bound coast with your mountains dark and dreary I'll be. When I'm far away o'er the grimy ocean tossed, will you ever hear a sigh or a word from me? I have a nice little house and a plow or two of grass. I have a plant garden running near the door. I have a shelter for me head and a stable for me ass. Now what could a man want more? I don't know, maybe so, but a bachelor is easy and he's free. Now I'm lost to the captor, I'm living all alone. Sure nobody's looking after me. Now me father often tells me I should go and have a drive and find a girl that owns a bit of land. And I know the way she says it, there's someone on her mind. Me mother has the whole thing planned. I don't know, maybe so. It would nullify them greatly to agree. Now there's little Bridget Flynn, sure it's her I'd love to win, but she never has an eye for me. Now there's a little girl who's worth her weight in gold, and that's a decent dowry, don't you see? And I mean to go and ask her just as soon as I am bold, if she'll come and have an eye for me. Will she go? I don't know, but I'd love to have her sitting on me knee, and I'll sing like a thrush in a hawthorn bush if she'll come and have an eye for me. Tim Finnagen lived in Walker Street, gentle Irishman, mighty eye. He had a brook so rich and sweet, to rise in the world he carried a heart. See, he was sort of a tippler's way, the love for the liquor poor Tim was born. To help his man with his work each day, had a drop of the crater every morn. Whack full of daddle, dance with your partner, vault the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told to you? Lots of fun at Finnagen's wake. One morning Tim felt rather full, his head felt heavy which made him shake. He fell from the ladder and he broke his skull. They carried him home, his corpse to wake, rolled him up in a nice clean sheet, laid him out upon the bed, with a gallon of whiskey at his feet and a bottle of porter at his head. And whack for the dad, dance with your partner, pop the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told to you? Lots of fun at Finnagen's wake. His friends assembled at the wake, and Vinny, she called for lunch. First they brought in teas and cakes and pipes, tobacco and whiskey punch. Vinny O'Brien began to cry, such a nice clean corpse did you ever see? Vinny old Hooey, why did you die? All you got, said Paddy McGee. Whack for the dad, dance with your partner, belt the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told to you? Lots of fun at Finnagen's wake. He ducked his head when a gallon of whiskey flew it in. First it landed on the bed, whiskey scattered over Tim. Then the war did soon enrage, was woman to woman and man to man. Shillelagh was all the rage, and a round eruption soon began. Back for the dance with your partner, welt the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told to you? Lots of fun at Finnagen's wake. He ducked again, a gallon of whiskey flew it in. Whiskey landed on the bed, whiskey scattered over Tim. Tim revised, see how he rises, Timothy rising from the bed, saying, whirl your whiskey around like blazes. Come on now, dear, do you think I'm dead? Back for the back, thanks to your partner, up the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnagen's wake. Whack for the dance with your partner, vault the floor, your trotter shake. Wasn't it the truth that I told to you? Lots of fun at Finnagen's wake. Lots of fun at Finnagen's wake. It was Friday morn when we set sail. We were not far from the land, and our captain, he spied a mermaid so fair, with a comb and a glass in her hand. And the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, And we poor sailors are skipping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below. And up spoke the cook of our gallant ship, and a crazy old butcher was he. I care much more for me pots and me pans than I do for the bottom of the sea. And the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors skipping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below. And up spoke the mate of our gallant ship, and a scared young man was he. Tonight my wife's in Brooklyn by the bay, and this night she a widow will be. And the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors are skipping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below. And up spoke the captain of our gallant ship, and a fine strapping lad was he. This fishy mermaid has warned us of our doom. We will sink to the bottom of the sea, and the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors are skipping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below. And 3 times round spun our gallant ship, and 3 times round spun she. 3 times round spun our gallant ship, and she sank to the bottom of the sea. And the ocean waves do roll, and the stormy winds do blow, and we poor sailors are skipping at the top, while the landlubbers lie down below, 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 while the landlubbers lie down below. Oh, Father, why are you so sad on this bright Easter morn, when Irishmen are proud and glad of the land where they were born? Oh, son, I see the memories view of a far-off distant day, when being just a lad like you, I joined the IRA. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, Gromacree, I long to see the boys of the Ol Brigade. From hill and farm a call to arms was heard by one and all, and from the glen came brave young men to answer Ireland's call. And long ago we faced the foe, the Ol Brigade and me, and side by side they fought and died that Ireland might be free. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made. Oh, from a creek I long to see the boys of the Ol Brigade. So now, my son, I've told you why on Easter morning I sigh when I recall my comrades all in the dark old days gone by. I think of glens filled with men with rifles and grenades. May heaven keep the lads who sleep from the ranks of the Ol Brigade. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, from a creek I long to see the boys of the Ol Brigade. Where are the lads who stood with me when history was made? Oh, from a creek I long to see the boys of the Ol Brigade. Have you heard about the big strong man living in a caravan? Have you heard about the Jeffrey Johnson fight? Lord, what a hell of a fight. You can take all the heavyweights you got. We got a little best the whole lot. He used to ring the bell in the belfry. Now he's gonna fight Jack Dempsey. That's me, brother Sylvester. What's he got? A row of 40 medals on his chest, big chest. He killed 50 Babin in the West. He knew no rest. Taking the man else fire, don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg and a punch that can sink a battleship. Took the Army and the Navy all day to put the wind up Sylvester. Then he thought he'd take a trip to Italy, and he thought he'd go by the sea. He jumped in a pier in New York, and he swam like a man from Cork. Then he saw the Lithuania in his chest, and he put the Lithuania on his chest. He drank all the water in the sea, and he walked all the way to Italy. It was me, brother Sylvester. What's he got? A row of 40 medals on his chest. He killed 50 Babin in the West. He knew no rest. Taking the man else fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg and a punch that can sink a battleship. Took the Army and the Navy all day to put the wind up Sylvester. Then he thought he'd take a trip to Japan, and he thought he'd play in the band. He played every instrument they got. Lord, he could play the whole lot. And the old church bells will ring, hell's bells, and the old church choir will sing, hell's fire. They all came out to say sayonara to me, brother Sylvester. That was me, brother Sylvester. What's he got? A row of 40 medals on his chest. He killed 50 Babin in the West. He knew no resting. The man else fire, don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg, ladies like, and a punch that can sink a battleship. Took the Army and the Navy all day to put the wind up Sylvester. Me, brother Sylvester. What's he got? A row of 40 medals on his chest, big chest. Killed 50 Babin in the West. He knew no rest. And the man else fire, don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg, ladies like, and a punch that can sink a battleship. Took the Army and the Navy all day to put the wind up. Me, brother Sylvester. Hark as the night is falling, hear, hear the pipers calling. loudly and proudly calling down through the glens. Nowhere the sun is sleeping, love sets me hard a-dreaming, dreaming and yearning for my homeland again. Oh, high in gallant fame, Scotland the Highland came, boy, a proud strand gloriously wave. Land of the high endeavor, land of the shining river, land of my heart forever, Scotland the brave. Out in the tropic islands, out by the Scottish highlands, brave are the hearts that beat beneath the Scottish sky. Nowhere the sun is sleeping, love sets me hard a-dreaming, dreaming and yearning for my homeland again. Well, high in gallant fame, Scotland the Highland came, boy, hey, a proud strands gloriously wave. Land of the high endeavor, land of the shining river, land of my heart forever, Scotland the brave. Out in the Scottish Highlands, out by the Scottish Highlands, brave are the hearts that beat beneath the Scottish sky. Warm as the wind that greets you, staunch as the friends that meet you, bright as the light that shines in fair maiden's eye. The high in gallant fame, Scotland the Highland came, boy, hey, a proud strands gloriously wave. Land of the high endeavor, land of the shining river, land of my heart forever, Scotland the brave. Kind of a glass and race somehow, there's plenty of stories that they will tell. Some are born a true detail and some are purely fiction. Dan's garage had a light burning bright every night, waiting for the fish to bite along the shores of Big Fish. We'll raise a glass and race somehow, there's plenty of stories that they will tell. Some are born a true detail and some are purely fiction. Here comes Andy Linville in a fine shape that he is in. There's no telling how he'll feel after his twister around the bend. Raise a glass and raise somehow, there's plenty of stories that they will tell. Some are born a true detail and some are purely fiction. Oh, McCree's Pat Brady's wrapped his 4-wheel around the tree, drunk as hell as you can see. Someone call Ken the sheriff. And here comes Greg and Andre in a fine shape that they are in. There's no telling how they'll feel after their twister around the bend. Oh, raise a glass and race somehow, there's plenty of stories that they will tell. Some are born a true detail and some are purely fiction. Dan's garage had a light burning bright every night, waiting for the fish to bite along the shores of Big Fish. Oh, raise a glass and race somehow, there's plenty of stories that they will tell. Some are born a true detail and some are purely fiction. Raise a glass and race somehow, there's plenty of stories that they will tell. Some are born a true detail and some are purely fiction. Screwed that up good. While I was sitting by a fire, eating spuds and drinking porter, suddenly a thought came into my head, like to marry O'Reilly's daughter. Giddy-eye, giddy-eye, giddy-eye for the one-eyed Riley. Giddy-eye. played on your big bass drum. Riley played on a big bass drum, and he had a mind for murder and slaughter. He had a bright red glittering eye, kept that eye on his lovely daughter. Giddy-eye, giddy-eye, for the one-eyed Riley, giddy-eye. Played on your big bass drum. Her hair was black and her eyes were blue. Colonel and the major and the captain saw her. Sergeant, private and the drummer boy too. Never had a chance with old Riley's daughter. Giddy-eye, 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 for the one-eyed Riley, giddy-eye. Played on your big bass drum. So I got me a ring and a parson too. Got me a scratch in a merry quarter. Settled me down to a peaceful life, happy as the king with old Riley's daughter. Giddy-eye, 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 for the one-eyed Riley, giddy-eye. Played on your big bass drum. Suddenly a footstep on me stare. Who should have been Riley out for slaughter? Fired his pistols in the air. He was looking for the man who had married his daughter. Giddy-eye, 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 for the one-eyed Riley, giddy-eye. Played on your big bass drum. So I grabbed old Riley by the hair. I did fish up his head in a pail of water. Fired his pistols in the air. Damn sight quicker than I married his daughter. Giddy-eye, 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 for the one-eyed Riley, giddy-eye. Played on your big bass drum, I said. Giddy-eye, 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 for the one-eyed Riley, giddy-eye. Played on your big bass drum. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for the beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Now it's across the western ocean I must wander. And where are me boots, me noggin, noggin boots? They've all gone for beer and tobacco. Well, the heels they are worn out and the toes are kicked about. The souls are looking out for better weather. It's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for the beer and tobacco. I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Now across the western ocean I must wander. And where is me coat, me Europealer's coat? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. The buttons they are gone and the sleeves they are all torn. And the sailors looking out for better weather. It's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. It's all for the beer and tobacco. I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Now across the western ocean I must wander. Now I'm sick in the head, I haven't been to bed since first I came ashore for me slumber. And I spent all me dough on the lassies moving slow. Now across the western ocean I must wander. And where is me grog, me jolly, jolly grog? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Now across the western ocean I must wander. Where is me grog, me jolly, jolly grog? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin on the lassies drinking gin. Now across the western ocean I must wander. It's across the western ocean I must wander. Oh, Peggy Gordon, you are my darling. come sit you down upon my knee and tell to me the very reason why I am slighted so by thee. I'm so deep in love that I cannot deny it. My heart lies smothered in my breast, but it's not for you to let the world know it. A troubled mind surely knows no rest, so I put my head to a glass of brandy. It is my fancy, I do declare, for when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking and wishing Peggy Gordon was there, and I wish I was in some lonesome valley where womankind could not be found, and the little birds sing upon the branches, and every moment a different sound. Oh, Peggy Gordon, you are my darling. Come sit you down upon my knee and tell to me the very reason why I am slighted so by thee. There's a piercing wintry breeze blowing through the button tree. I button up my coat, keep me warm, and the days are a mend, and I'm on the road again, with my fiddle snuggled close beneath my arm. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of rope. I have rosin in my pocket for the boat, and the fiddle strings are new, and I learned a tune or two, so I'm well prepared to ramble, I must go. I'm as happy as a king when I catch a breath of spring, and the grass is turning green as winter ends, and the geese are on the wing, and the turtles start to sing, and I'm headed down the road to see my friend. I've a fine felt hat and a strong pair of rope. I have rosin in my pocket for the boat, and the fiddle strings are new, and I learned a tune or two. So I'm well prepared to ramble, I must go. And I have friends in every town as I ramble up and down, making music at the markets and the fairs, to the donkeys and the quails and the farmers making deals, and yellow-hatted tinkers selling wares. I have a fine felt hat and a strong pair of rose. I have rosin in my pocket for the bow, and the fiddle strings are new, and I learned a tune or two. So I'm well prepared to ramble, I must go. Here's a hand to one and all, to the big and to the small, to the rich and poor alike, both foe and friends. And when we return again, may our foes return to friends, and may peace and love be with you until then. I have a fine felt hat and a strong pair of robes. I have rosin in my pocket for the bow, and the fiddle strings are new, and I learned a tune or two. So I'm well prepared to ramble, I must go. I have a fine felt hat and a strong pair of robes. I have rosin in my pocket for the bow, and the fiddle strings are new, and I learned a tune or two. So I'm well prepared to ramble, I must go. Yes, I'm well prepared to ramble, I must go. Some friends of mine in an Irish pub were shooting darts one night, and all of a sudden in walked the porter, his face up like a light. "What's up?" says Brown. "Have you seen a ghost? You seen your old Aunt Maria?" "Old Aunt Maria gets stuffed," says he. "The bleeding pub's on fire." "On fire," says Brown. "What a bit of luck. Everybody follow me. Go down in the cellar, if the fire's not there, we'll have a rare old spree." So we all went down behind no bound, beer we didn't miss. We hadn't been there 10 minutes long when we were all like this. There was Brown, upside down, lopping up the liquor on the floor. "Booze, booze," the firemen cried as they came knocking at the door. "Don't let 'em in till it's all locked up." Someone shouted McIntyre, and the whole damn place got paralytic drunk when the bleeding pub caught fire. All of a sudden in walked Dan Gunnels, his face lit up by the block. Then he took off his trousers, likewise his shoes and socks. "What's up?" says Brown. "Are you gonna soak your feet? Bring the bloody things in here. But don't soak your feet in the good port wine when we've got the stale old beer." There was Brown, upside down, lopping up the liquor on the floor. "Booze, booze," the firemen cried as they came knocking at the door. "Don't let 'em in till it's all locked up." And someone shouted McIntyre, and the whole damn place got paralytic drunk when the bleeding pub caught fire. There was Brown, upside down, lopping up the liquor on the floor. "Booze, booze," the firemen cried as they came knocking at the door. "Don't let 'em in till it's all locked up." When someone shouted, "Where the hell is Greg Sweat?" And the whole damn place got paralytic drunk when the bleeding pub caught fire. In the year of our Lord 1806, we set sail from the county of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. We didn't elegant craft, she was right far and aft, and know how the trade winds drove her. She had 23 masts, she stood several blasts. We called her the Irish Rover. We had old Mickey Boot, he played hard on his flute. When the ladies climbed up for a set, he did twiddle and spiel in his happy blonde wheel, till the dancers were flutered and bashed. Many sparred, many talked, he was fond of the one. He rolled their names under and over. When he took off his patch, we all knew at a glance that he sailed on the Irish Rover. We had Barney McGee from the banks of the Lee. There was Hogan from County Tyrone. We had Johnny McGirt, who was scared stiff of work, and a chap from Westmeath named Malone. There was Slugger O'Toole, he was drunk as a rule. He was fighting Bill Kelly from Dover, and your man Mick McCann from the banks of the Bann. He was the skipper on the Irish Rover. Her sailing is always a blunder in life. It gets lonesome by night and by day, and he longs for the shore and the charming young home who will vent all his trouble away. All the boys stand around, drinking punching and stout, singing hymns to use down and over of the love of a mate. He's never afraid, that old hymn from the Irish Rover. And we sailed several years when the measles broke out, and our ship lost its way in the fog, and the wail of the crew was reduced down to two, was myself and the old captain's dog. Then the ship struck a rock, Lord, what a shock, it nearly did tumble over, turned 9 times around, and the poor old dog was drowned. I'm the last of the Irish Rovers. I wish I was in Kerrick Fergus, only fortnight in Ballydwan. I would swim over the deepest ocean, the deepest ocean, for my love to find. But the sea is wide, and I cannot swim over, and neither have I wings to fly. Perhaps I'll find me some handsome boatman to ferry me over to my lover's arms. And in Kilkenny it is reported on marble stones as black as ink, with gold and silver I did support her. But I'll sing no more till I've had a drink, for I'm drunk again today, but I'm seldom sober. A handsome rover from town to town, but I am sick now. My days are numbered. Come all you young maids and lay me down.